Hi Aquarius, and welcome to your reading for September. This will be a general reading for the month of September. Apply this to Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and North Node. So let's get some messages here for Aquarian energy for the month of September. Let's see what's going on with Aquarian energy for the month of September. So the first card we have is Gratitude List. See what's going on with Aquarian energy for the month of September. What's going on with Aquarian energy for the month of September. I don't want to shuffle today. What's going on with Aquarian energy for the month of September. Okay. We have cooperation instead of competition. All right. Get some more general energy. What's going on with Aquarian energy for the month of September? We have passion and purpose. And one more. Right on the top, clean negativity. Alright, so let's see what is going on here. So for the first card, gratitude list. Counting your blessings and feeling gratitude for what you already have helps you to be centered in your heart instead of fixated on worries in your mind. What and who are you grateful for right now? Keep focusing upon gratitude and you'll discover the amazing generosity of this universe. Then we have cooperation instead of competition. What's yours is yours and no one else can take that from you. There's no need to compete as there's an abundance for all. You have complete access to unlimited abundance for yourself and to share with others. With cooperative partnerships, you can accomplish anything. Then we have Rubelite, passion and purpose. Your enthusiasm gives you energy and motivation to work on a meaningful project that's dear to your heart. And then the last card, Smoky Quartz, clearing negativity. Release negativity from within or around you. Okay. So at the time, a lot of y'all could be feeling very competitive right now. There could be kind of like similar to, I can't remember whose reading was like this. I think it might have been fire signs or water signs. I can't remember. But you might be feeling just very much like in competition at the time. You might not be really focusing on what you already have or what you've already manifested, but what you don't have, and what can be manifested and what you feel is already like right in front of you. So you could feel like you're right at the finish line for something, or it's so close you can almost taste it. Kind of like that type of energy surrounding this, but you are kind of missing the point and the purpose surrounding what you already have, what you've already manifested. You're really focused on what you're lacking at this time. And for some of y'all, this could come out. I keep feeling definitely there is some underlying jealousy or anger, if not just some like very heavy tension that a lot of y'all are having, maybe towards people in or around your circle, or maybe just kind of like this disdain for life right now in general, where you're feeling like you're getting the lower end of the stick is what I heard. So you're not feeling as accomplished as you usually do, or you're not feeling in your energy. You're not feeling as proud basically in your energy as you typically do. So maybe you might be suffering from like a lack of ideals. I heard a lack of originality. Maybe a lot of y'all are suffering from kind of like stagnant or complacent type energies in your life, and a lot of you might feel like you are being like a has-been. So some of y'all might feel like, the best days or the best ideals or situations or things that you have had in your life are behind you now. Kind of taking on like this very negative energy. Like if it's not present right now, if it's not forthcoming right now, then like, is it really for me? Some of y'all might be showing that by kind of like writing off anything positive coming in your life if it's not coming right then. So it's like when you're asking for it, when you feel it should be coming, I keep hearing what's taking so long, what's taking so long. So some of y'all are very impatient about what the universe is trying to bring y'all, because you feel like you should have already had it, or you feel like it's long overdue. And for some of y'all, you're feeling like, why doesn't the universe want me to progress? Is also something I heard. So you're feeling like they are holding out on you for no reason. And I think maybe again, that's probably where some of the anger, the feelings of anger that I keep feeling are coming from. Feelings of anger, but for a lot of y'all, it's coming out in like forms of jealousy. I heard jealousy and admiration. So maybe there's somebody or something that you're looking up towards that you either wish you could accomplish or you wish you would have thought of. It's something that where it's like it's kind of masked is what I'm hearing. Like you don't want to always admit that you have those feelings towards it, but you definitely do. There's something that you have not came to terms with. So it might be like these feelings of like jealousy, inadequacy that spans from that feeling of jealousy, anger, where you feel like that should have been me or this should be me. But with gratitude list being the first card here, the universe is saying, like I heard this loud and clear, I'm not giving you anything until you know what you already have. So for a lot of y'all, this is definitely something that has been outstanding for quite some time, not being grateful for everything that you've asked for, everything that you've manifested. It's kind of like you have this energy of, now that I have that, what's next? What's more? Like, what else can I have? Or you could be feeling like, yeah, I could have got that in the past, but that's what it is. It's in the past. It's like, it's not something that's present tense. So it's like a lot of time when you feel like, a lot of y'all, you could feel like the universe is tugging you back towards like refocusing on what you already have. And I heard for some of y'all expounding on what you already have. So like the resources that you already have around you, you need to utilize those or better utilize those or focus on those right now. But for some of y'all, you're feeling like that's already hurt past tense. So there might be something that like you're over exerting your energy into already, or you just don't have an interest in like whatever this is that you are not feeling grateful towards. It could be a situation, an environment. It could be something just very materialistic too. I heard for somebody, or for it's just somebody specifically, like a car or something material, like where you wanted it, but it's not what you want now. So you might like want an upgrade or something like that. This could go for jobs too. Like you finally got this basic manifestation. So you could have asked for something like, I want a job, I want more stability. And the universe brought it towards you. But now you're like, okay, I want to step up from this. Like, okay, I got what I wanted and that's great and everything, but now I feel as if I'm in a place to move away or move towards better. So where is it? And they're saying like you're too quick to jump like at the next biggest thing or the next best thing. It's always what's next, how can I move forward, and you're always focused and worried about moving forward and never really worried about kind of like just taking the time to recline is what I heard, and relax, really focusing on everything that you have brought into your life, everything that has came into your life, whether it be hurt by accident or by incident, or purposefully. Like there are certain things that you should be more than willing to understand that like it was brought into your life for a reason, a purpose. For some of y'all, like you could have been extremely down bad a few months ago, a few weeks ago. So for some of y'all, this is like a very sudden change in things. It's like you get something and immediately you hop towards the next thing, when like just like a little while back you were like begging for like just needing the bare minimum, and now some of y'all feel like you're beyond that. And that's why it seems like this is a real major thing right here, the gratitude, especially with the next card being cooperation instead of competition. So a lot of y'all again are not abiding by the signs, and I heard the principles that the universe are trying to place on you. It's like you're trying to play against the principles and the rules of things, again, because you want things when you want them, you want them how you want them. For a lot of y'all, you feel like you shouldn't have to wait because of X, Y, and Z circumstances. So you could be feeling like you've went through enough already, or the universe has tried your patience enough, is what I heard for some of y'all. So you feel like, why the hell am I waiting again? Like, why am I still waiting? Why has this not come to fruition yet? And it's kind of like it's getting nerve-wracking for a lot of y'all. So you could be seeing a lot of your friends, or again, people around you. Could be social media, could be people you don't know, could be people you do know. But just seeing people's presences around you, and like the things that they're acquiring, how they're getting it, how quickly they're getting it. And it's something that I heard for some of y'all, it's even things that you don't want. It's like things that really have no type of place in your heart or in your life, but you see them getting it, and you could feel kind of like jealous, or kind of like taken aback by like the things that they've gotten, because you're just like, if I could just get some of that, or like, why can't I just get anything at this point? So it's like feeling like, I heard like the ugly stepsister, kind of like feeling like you are not upgrading fast enough, or in comparison to the people around you. Like, everyone is getting everything else, and it's just like, why doesn't the universe favor me? Although the universe time and time again has showed you like you are in their good graces, you're protected, you're cared for, because you've gotten out of a lot of very difficult, compromising situations. Again, it seems like very recently in the past, and now almost immediately you've done like this 180 when it comes to like personality change, and you're feeling like, I'm too good to be waiting around, I'm too good for this, I'm too good for that. If you don't feel like that's the type of energy you're exerting, like this is a subconscious energy, again, like I said earlier, something you're not really ready to really heavily focus on. But you need to really check your energy when it comes to feeling like that underlying tension that you have with people that you're around, or you talk to, or you see. Like, make sure you're asking yourself, like, are these feelings warranted? Why am I feeling this way towards certain things or certain people at this time? Like, is it feelings that are spanning from lack of or inadequacy, or lack of resources? So feeling like you have to stay in competition with the Joneses, basically. Like, you have to keep up to make sure that you make your mark on this world, to make sure that people know who you are, and like, basically you're trying to keep up with other people around you, making sure like they know who you are and where you stand. For a lot of y'all, you could be kind of like status obsessed too, is what I'm hearing. I heard spending money frivolously. So again, like, getting out of a compromising position pretty recently. It could have been within the last year, 2 years. And it's like almost immediately you've taken on this whole different personality, because you feel like that's a dead version of me, like that only existed for that time being. So some of y'all got to check that. Some of y'all have to check that energy and make sure that you're giving gratitude towards past situations that have led you to this present time, and then towards a future energy that you want. But if you're not giving back to your past and really understanding where you came from and how far the universe has brought you because they favored you, then you're not going to get those future manifestations, because you're being too hard-headed, basically. Like, you're being way too I heard way too caught up in the little small details of things. You're not looking at the grand scheme anymore. You're looking at the small details of what others have, things that don't even align with your path. Again, that keeps coming out, things that you might not even like have interest in, but it's like you desire to either reach that or accomplish that because they have gotten that. So you want to make sure you're on par. Like, you're trying to be in competition instead of just being cooperative with the universe, and understanding that things take time, and understanding that some of the resources that you feel like you lack lie within what you already have. It just requires a little bit more work. It might not be as up to date, so to speak, in regards to what other people have, but it's the same thing. It just might require a little bit more footwork. Passion and purpose being the next card here. It's definitely, again, going back to maybe just picking up things, or showing interest in things because other people around you have it, or other people around you are interested in it. um, I wouldn't say it's group think necessarily. I don't think that you're getting lost in that per se. Again, I think it's more so a competitive sense of feeling the need to keep up, keeping appearances up, keeping some type of status up. It's like you want to be perceived at some type of stature. Like you want certain people to look up to you, um, or perceive you in a certain way. And you feel as if your accomplishments aren't being made fast enough, or if you aren't getting certain things fast enough, then you can't keep up with that stature you're trying to create for yourself. Um, and so I feel like it tarnishes your reputation for some of y'all. So again, a lot of y'all again are really concerned with appearances, looks, perceptions, things like that, and a lot of this is just kind of very false, a facade a little bit for some of y'all. You're not really focused on what you're actually passionate about. So some of y'all are really missing the point when it comes to what you're truly passionate about because you're trying to keep up with the next best thing, or you're just trying to get opportunities as they come. Again, could be something that you don't even want, but let's say like an opportunity just randomly comes up and it might come with some type of status or some type of monetary compensation, like some type of real large sum of monetary compensation. You might go after it just for that, just for the status, just for the money, just because other people, but just because it's competitive. It might be like something very like a very competitive job opening, or very just anything. It could honestly be anything, and you just go after it basically for the hell of it because other people are in it to win it. You want to be seen as like number one. You want other people to see you as kind of like highly favored and blessed, basically. But in essence, you're kind of like losing the main focus, your main purpose, things that you actually want to accomplish, things that you actually want to focus on. And for a lot of y'all, it's just because right now you feel very intimidated by life. So again, you could just, the stagnant energy here is making you feel like, okay, if I can't get this opportunity going, I'm gonna get this next opportunity going. It doesn't matter what it is. I can just try to fit it in my life some type of way. Very unlike y'all to some degree too. It's this like need of urgency to be important to some degree, to feel some type of importance in your life to some degree, and it's shaking this core value that y'all have of being passionate and purposeful in what you do. It's kind of like that's going out the window. So y'all need to ground yourself in what you actually want to do, not just following, in the footsteps of people or in the footsteps of status. Clearing negativity. So for a lot of this could span from, again, like this stagnancy that you have within yourself. So feeling like your life isn't purposeful right now, if you haven't done anything, if you don't have anything to show for it at the time, because a lot of y'all could just be very involved people, and that could just be like a constant thing in your life where you're always very involved in stuff. You're always at the front and center, front line of something. And you might have taken on this mentality or grown up with this mentality of if you're not doing something, then you're nothing. And so you might be around a lot of people too with a very like hustle-like mentality of like you have to get it at any means necessary. It doesn't matter if you're tired. It doesn't matter if there's even nothing to get. You have to. It's like you have to make a competition when there is none. And so for a lot of y'all, you're dealing with your own demons when it comes to inadequacy, feelings of inadequacy, low self-esteem, self-depreciation. So these feelings of jealousy, again, these feelings of jealousy or envy, for anger for some of y'all that you feel towards other people right now, they're spanning really from yourself because you're feeling like it's like you're putting it in a perception that it has something to do with you. So it's like you're projecting their opportunities and their accomplishments onto you. It's like, why couldn't I get that? Am I not good enough to succeed in that field? Am I not good enough to be there? Like, we started from the same or the similar beginning. Like, there could be a lot of just overt comparison. I heard some of it is just like nonsensical too. It doesn't even make sense to compare the two things. But again, a lot of y'all are getting caught up in like flamboyant is what I heard. So like the glamour of how these opportunities look, and not really, again, focusing on what you're passionate and purposeful about. And it's like you're losing yourself within that. So let me shuffle some cards for the general energy here. Let's see what's going on in the month of September for Aquarian energy. Let's see some energy. So we got the King of Cups. Some general energy for Aquarian energy. Okay. The Six of Pentacles reversed. What's going on with Aquarian energy for the month of September? What's going on with Aquarian energy for the month? Seven of Pentacles. I can already tell with the Pentacles that is kind of going toward what I just talked about. What else for Aquarian? Knight of Swords. Okay. And okay, there we go. The Lovers reverse and the Nine of Wands reverse fell out. So Lovers. Is the top? Alright, yeah. So almost immediately I can definitely see this same pattern that we just discussed. With the King of Cups here, for sure, I feel like this is the perception. This is what you want to be perceived as almost immediately with the King of Cups. You want to be maybe perceived as somebody who is very, I heard generous, kind of like always a helper. It's like you're always looking for ways to help people, to better situations around you, kind of like humanitarian energy. So you might want to be seen as someone who's always giving back, who's always helping, someone who is very, I heard, down to earth. So you kind of want to be perceived as down to earth, but a lot of this is kind of like going the exact opposite way, in that it's like these feelings that you're getting, it's like you want to achieve these accomplishments or meet these demands that you have on yourself so that you can make this type of persona for you. It's like someone who's very comfortable, but who's also like, I'm just a human just like everybody else. Kind of like you want to have like this distorted sense of humanitarianism almost, or maybe you've been kind of like caught up in that perception of humanitarianism a little bit. You might have got jaded a little bit when it came towards what you actually want in this life versus what everybody else is doing in terms of that. So it might not have been your initial thing, yeah, the Five of Swords, but it's starting to turn you almost against yourself, so almost against like your initial energy, because some of y'all like really seems like you actually wanted to like better situations for people, or just be a catalyst for a lot of movements. Again, this could not just be on a grand scale, on a smaller scale, could be communal, could just be within the workplace, could be within your own life. You want it to make some type of difference, and you want it to be, perceived as someone who's very mature in making those decisions. But instead, with the Five of Swords, you kind of got misled, it seems. This kind of seems like someone who almost took on the belief systems and the ways of the world, is what I keep hearing. Someone who kind of like got lost in the sauce, basically, for the time being at least. Let me clarify the Five of Swords. Yeah, the Ten of Swords reversed. So maybe this Five of Swords might have been the people that you were hanging around, honestly. This Five of Swords gives me a lot of a lot of energy from it, honestly. You could have been hanging around people that perceived you, like they saw you as the King of Cups. They saw your up and coming energy as the King of Cups. But someone who really had a lot of ideals or sparked a lot of change just within their personality in general. They had something very unique about them in some type of way. And with the Five of Swords here, you could have encountered people that really talked down upon this or kind of led you away from that, saying like, oh, you know, it's not best to be like that because people can see your weaknesses. And there's something where you kind of got uncomfortable in this energy that you were in, and you decided like some changes have to be self-centered is what I heard. So it's like you're feeling like you have to have some type of self-centered energy to succeed in any way in this world. And while that's true, it isn't like kind of like a like self-beneficial when it comes towards making sure you have boundaries, but it's like almost being cutthroat or being, again, overly competitive towards people. So making sure like you stay in the winning is what I heard. Stay in the league. This Ten of Swords reversed energy. Yeah, so you could have felt like the lessons that these people taught you, they were backhanded. Or you might have encountered some people along your journey where there was some backhanded energy and you felt very scorned. So it could have also definitely made you feel disillusioned in the way of the world. Kind of like, how am I going to see myself as the King of Cups? How am I going to see myself as someone who can help and heal and wants to be almost like this kumbaya energy when there's people out here like that still? And it's like you kind of let that energy get the best of you with the Ten of Swords reversed. You might have felt like you were never going to be in a situation like that, so that's why it kind of feels like this really rocked your world a little bit. It felt like you thought this would never happen to you because you're kind of so, I heard, single-minded. So like you think for yourself, like very individually driven, but you might have had to either rely on somebody to either like get an opportunity or get ahead, or you might have just ran across some people where you felt like they were like-minded and they weren't. They just they just showed themselves as that, but really what they wanted to do is tear you down. Six of Pentacles reversed. Yeah, this is somebody who, if you were dealing with somebody like that, it's kind of like this energy right now seems to have rubbed off on you, because the Six of Pentacles reverse energy is giving me that energy again, cooperation instead of competition, where it's like instead of showing your her appreciation, like gratitude, instead of showing like you're happy for people around you, or kind of like seeing the good in things even if it's not your turn at the current moment, instead of doing that, you could feel like you got snubbed. Like the universe is showing favoritism basically. And this could be again for people around you. You could be dealing with a friend that's just not right for you. So a friend that's shady and it's making everything kind of volatile a little bit too, is what I keep hearing. So you could be dealing with shady people around you where it's like, you know, the energy is off, but their energy has also rubbed off on you when it comes to this competitive energy of like needing to low-key compete with each other while trying to also maintain each other's presence. It's like feeding off of that competitive energy. Who's going to be the last one standing is what I heard. Let me ask about the Six of Pentacles reversed. And in essence, it seems to have kind of like made you a little hostile when it comes to other people's accomplishments. Like you're looking at things around you like, wow, why can't that be me, or why wasn't that me? Like, what do they have that I don't, basically? Let me see. Tell me about the Six of Pentacles reversed. Yeah, the King of Wands reversed. You're feeling like your efforts aren't enough. The Queen of Swords came out too. Yeah, most definitely. You're feeling like your efforts aren't enough. So this is a projection. You're projecting your insecurities onto situations, onto people, a lot right now, because you're this King of Wands reversed. You feel like you haven't had a lot of good opportunities come towards you in a while, a lot of good ideas, a lot of original concepts. So again, this stagnant energy you feel like you're in, and instead of feeling happy for them, you're feeling very resentful. Like, if I was just faster, to the draw to think about that, or if I just had their resources, then maybe I could have. It's a lot of hypotheticals, like shoulda, woulda, coulda, and some things just you have to realize just aren't meant for you at that time. With the Queen of Swords, I heard like cold as ice. So when you present your congratulations to people, or when you talk to people, or when people talk about their accomplishments, like there's this immediate feel like that's good for you, but it doesn't feel very genuine. It feels kind of like, okay, but let me tell you all the possibilities of why this could go wrong. So instead of just congratulating them and being happy, you could tell people, oh, you should probably worry about this, and that. And again, I think that spans back from the fact that you either grew up around people like that, or you've been hanging around people like that. It's like kind of like this jaded energy where your energy towards being open and loving right now at this current time has definitely decreased, because a lot of things aren't happening for you, and you're taking a lot of that frustration out on other people and seeing other people's accomplishments as threats instead of kind of like rooting them on and just waiting your turn. You're seeing it as like, okay, here's my time to kind of like be a little cutthroat. Again, taking on some of that shady, sneaky energy. Seven of Pentacles. So again, a lot of y'all are waiting around for your turn. You're waiting and waiting, like, okay, everyone else is getting their manifestations. Everyone else is achieving things. I heard for some of y'all, you feel like it's almost effortless. Like, you feel like these people are not deserving of some of these things. And that might be true to some degree. Some people that get things aren't always deserving. But it's in their plan for that time being. So I feel like a lot of you really hyper-focus on who deserves what. And a lot of y'all kind of like tailor it to your standard of deservingness. So it's like almost like a judge. You're being like a critic towards these people. And like, I feel like this person didn't really deserve that because of this, and that. And again, really focusing on a lot of projection at this time instead of acceptance and like understanding of why you're in this stagnant position. You just feel very vengeful, it kind of feels like almost. The Fool came out in terms of clarifying the Seven of Pentacles. So again, yeah, y'all are waiting around for your new beginning. Like, when is life going to start to feel like less of a chore and more fun and more freeing like it usually does? Like, when am I going to come up with something that is either very innovative, or when is something going to come into my life that is very I heard exhilarating, that's the word. Two of Pentacles reverse came out. So yeah, right now y'all are just feeling very confused. A lot of things might not be going good in terms of maybe finances, like balancing out your life and your finances. So a lot of things could be struggling there. A lot of interpersonal relationships could be struggling. Excuse me, you could be just struggling to see the silver lining in things like you typically do. It could be hard to see the future right now because nothing's moving. The Page of Pentacles, you just want a chance. You want something to come forth towards you and really give you like a chance in life, or make you feel like you haven't been forgotten. And that's what's lacking right now, and I think that's why you're so fixated on what isn't coming and what's coming to who, because it's not you right now. So the Knight of Swords being here, it does seem like you're either going to speak up about this or do something about it. So for a lot of y'all, if you're currently in this position of really comparing yourselves a lot, or feeling a little more judgmental than usual, this does feel like you'll be making some type of sudden movement. Let me ask about the Knight of Swords. Clarify the Knight of Swords for me. This kind of seems like to move yourself out of this rut. Yeah, I got the Six of Swords and then the Ace of Pentacles. So it's like kind of tired of feeling sorry for yourself, or I kind of heard it's tired of feeling sorry for yourself, but there's also some aggression here, like some you're not really thinking. You're not thinking things through with this Knight of Swords because it feels just very sudden. Because before that is this Seven of Pentacles, like just waiting, contemplating, like what's next, what can I do, what route should I take, and then suddenly this Seven or this Knight of Swords, sorry, with this Six of Swords clarifying and this Ace of Pentacles. It's like you're either going to hop on an opportunity, the first one that comes to you, just without thinking about it, or you're going to kind of like get aggressive, like again, very competitive, aggressive, with those opportunities or with a situation that you do want in your life. So it's like trying to force yourself to get something, to move forward, to force an opportunity into your life instead of waiting around for it. So again, that gratitude list and not being cooperative, y'all are still missing the point of being cooperative and patient with the universe. Patience is really the virtue here. The next card being the Lovers reversed. Again, this could be a situation that you want in your life so bad and it's not working. But for a lot of y'all, this Lovers reverse card truly does feel like not being at ease with yourself. You are not in harmony with yourself at this time. So for a lot of y'all, you just feel very discombobulated, especially with, the Tower being at the bottom of the deck. A lot of y'all are feeling like things are progressively getting worse and you have to jump ship right now. This is your last chance. This is your last choice. And really, it's not your life. It seems like it's more so like how you thinking mentally. This feels more like of a kind of like of a last effort attempt to save yourself mentally almost. It's like there's not a lot of, you don't feel like there's a lot of choices when it comes towards that because you feel like things have been on fire for quite some time. You feel like things have been falling down around you for quite some time. They haven't been going right. So this could be an interpersonal relationship too, where you feel like in your connections things aren't even going right. You're not seeing eye to eye with people. Opportunities aren't coming towards you. Nothing's coming near. So you feel like, okay, this is just something that I'm feeling sorry for myself towards, and I can't do that. I can't be in that energy anymore. But again, this doesn't seem very thought out. Let me clarify the Lovers reversed again. The Star. Yeah, so y'all's card came out. You're trying to get back to yourself. Six of Wands. Yeah, you're trying to get back to yourself. You're trying to get back towards your energy. And you feel like making this sudden movement, this sudden like attempt is going to get you back there because it's very unexpected. It's like you're trying to move your energy away from being stagnant by doing something that is just, I heard like out of the ordinary for the time being because things have been very slow moving. And to get back to your old self, it's like, okay, I have to make this jump, this leap of faith here. Somehow, some way I have to make this leap of faith to get back to me. But the Chariot reversed here is showing that is quickly going to be either stalled or shot down again because there isn't a lot of patience here. It's just like you have been in this energy for quite some time. So maybe there's some people, again, that you've been dealing with that they weren't the best for you. Their influence wasn't the best for you, and they might have shot a lot of your ideals down, concepts down, self-esteem down. So a lot of y'all could have been very much shaped by these people or by this person considerably, whatever the case may be. And now you're just trying to get back to you. You're trying to find yourself, basically. That's what the Lovers reverse is all about. Trying to find yourself, trying to get back in harmony with you. Basically, y'all are just worried about really trying to do you at this time. And again, this last effort attempt to make that possible, make that a reality, is going to be kind of like quickly realize that you have to wait. Like, there is a time for everything, and right now it feels like y'all kind of have to heal a little bit or really come to be real with yourself. Basically, you have to be real with yourself. A lot of y'all are not being real with yourselves and how you got towards this situation, how you got in this position. A lot of y'all are just saying like life just took a turn for the worst and that's how I got here, but you're not being really honest with yourselves about what is your personality flaw, what got you to this chariot reversed while you're on this journey to meet back up with your true self. Like what got you this lost basically. This Nine of Wands reversed, being the final card here, is basically showing, yeah, a lot of y'all are just feeling very scared and lonely at this time, feeling very lost and disconnected is what I heard from the world around you, from yourself even. You're just feeling very disconnected. You're feeling like, will I ever get back to the real me, to who I am? I keep hearing that song by Olivia, that brutal song, like God is brutal out here. A lot of y'all could have realized like it's not as easy to navigate the world as you thought it'd be, or it's not as easy to stay in your own energy and your own authenticity as you thought it would be. There's a lot of people that really probably rocked your core and you were not expecting that. So you weren't expecting someone to make you doubt yourself. And in essence, that could have lowered your self-esteem too. It could have lowered a lot of your individual thinking, or feeling like, am I really being myself? Like, are my thoughts really my own thoughts? A lot of over contemplation is what I keep getting for y'all too. Or it's like this situation or these people you've been dealing with, like they have been really crumbling your foundation. So it's like the universe is making you realize, like, is the foundation you're really sitting upon or you really sat upon, is it ego-based or is it based in truth? So a lot of y'all got like a rude awakening when it came to being rooted in ego. So authenticity rooted in ego is still rooted in something deeper. And I think that's what y'all have to work on at the current time. Let me get some more messages from the universe for Aquarian energy. Some more messages. We got peace reversed. Some more messages for Aquarian energy for the month of September. Some more energy. Okay. We got service reversed. Yeah, y'all. And last card. Failure reversed. Yeah, someone definitely has made you feel a bit lesser than. And the top of the deck, change reversed. Yeah, it definitely feels like you got a little lost in yourselves at this time. So peace reversed. I am a being of love and I release all negative energy. I'm going back to that release negative energy. Service. Let's see. Service. I feel good when I can help others. Failure. I understand that a mistake is only an opportunity to learn and change. I understand that nothing can grow or evolve without movement. Yeah. So some of y'all are keeping yourself stuck in what you feel is a failure. Again, not feeling like you're getting enough in this universe, not feeling like enough opportunities are coming to you, not feeling like you're able to show the real you, so to speak. And the real you really focuses on servicing others, so giving back to others, giving back to situations, even in times of hardship, making sure like your passion and your purpose are at the forefront. There are just some situations that you will not always come out as successful in. Just no matter how much you place into it or you want it, something they're just not aligned with you for that time being or at all. Usually it's because there's something better coming towards you. Just again, it requires patience. Being at peace with yourself. A lot of y'all, again with that Lover's card reverse, are not at peace with who you are right now. Some of y'all are kind of like having like a pre-midlife crisis, where it comes to like, do I really know who I am? Is my foundation based upon a lie? A lot of y'all are really asking yourselves these hard questions, but it seems like it's coming out again in like anxiety, where you don't really want to know the answers to these questions, but it keeps popping up in your head like what needs to change. And a lot of this, again, comes from being at peace with who you are. So what is your foundation rooted in? A lot of y'all need to really reassess that question, kind of like go on a journey when it comes to being independently founded. So it's like making sure that you are not basing your self-worth again in accomplishments, very similar to the earth collectives I did, making sure you're not based in accomplishments. Also making sure that you're very adaptable to the changes, not the changes that you just want, the changes that come to you unexpectedly. So things, again, that you don't succeed in, things that don't work out in your favor, no matter how far you've planned it, no matter how bad you've wanted or spoken into the universe, some things just aren't meant, and you have to be okay with that, and not take it so harshly on yourself and on others, it seems, to be able to kind of like move forward as a person and grow as a person. So that's all I have for y'all. I really hope you enjoyed this reading, and I really hope that it resonated with y'all.